Okay, now we're going to talk about accessing Netlabs. In your class, there should be a link to the Netlabs server that your class is on for labs. This example, we're going to use OLL4. If you're a returning student, please check in your class to which Netlabs server you're going to, which URL. Because if you're using your bookmark from an old class, you might be on a different server than you were the class before. So we go to our URL and we have our username and password. Username is generally the same as your username with Stanley Community College. Password will be defaulted. That will also be in your class. So please check your class under a section on how to access Netlabs for the URL and your default password. And so now I'm going to log in. And this is just a test I have with one of our VMware classes. On our initial login, we have it flagged for you to change your password. So now you can change it to whatever you want it to be, and please make it a password that you will know and remember. Alright, so now I've changed my password. Now, here we have our Netlabs system. So what we can do, we can schedule a lab here, or we can do a new lab reservation here. We can view right here and look at labs that we've completed. So let's look at that. If we click on view, we can see completed labs. This will show you any lab you've completed. As we can see, my test account has done lab 1. This is a way you can track your lab progress. Go back to home. Now I want to schedule a lab. So again, I can go right here at schedule lab for myself, or I can click on new lab reservation. Under a new lab reservation, we're going to see that we have all of our labs. So I'm going to pick one. Let's just start with lab 1. Notice it says 1 hour. That's not the case. The 1 hour time limit is actually in the class. You can actually have up to 4 hours, but make sure to give it the last 10 minutes. It's going to stop your reservation to do lab cleanup and get it ready for the next time the pod can be used. So just don't pay any attention to the 1 hour time limit, because it's actually 4 is what our classes are set to. So here we go. We have chosen to schedule a lab now. As you can see, these are our pods. We have 3 or 4 in that view. Now if we hit this button right here, let me show you that. If we click this little button out here to the right, little arrow to the right, see how we're going up? We have 8 pods available and we can pick one. And as we can see, what we can see right here, here's the time that's now. We can see there's nothing reserved. Now we can also make future reservations. So you can use this to slide down and go up in time and make a reservation for that. We can also do it for dates. If you click on one of these dates, it will take you to another day. And then when you, like, let's say, for example, I wanted to do it at 7 o'clock tonight. So what I could do is schedule it for 7 o'clock on that whatever day I'm scheduling it for. Then when I get home, let's say it's 7:15 or a little after 7, when I log in, my reservation's already started up for me. And then I can just log into it and do my lab. Also, on another note, I got a lot of questions on this. I chose lab 1 as my lab to do. That does not mean I have to use pod 1. All 8 of these pods in this example are all the same. So I can do lab 1, lab 2, lab 8, lab 20, right on pod 6, or do some on pod 6, some on pod 8. Doesn't matter, all these pods are the same and they revert to snapshots. So now I'm just going to pick pod 6. So when you click, you'll try to click under the red line for now to get as close as you can to your time now if you want to schedule it now. So we get up our reservation dialog. Start time at this time is 3 p.m. so I got a little bit lower. Can't change that. I could cancel that and go back and select the time, but it's going to end at 4, so that gives me an hour. So I want to go up, I want to do, let's do 7 p.m. That'll give me 3 hours and 50 minutes. So I pick my end time and hit submit. It tells me it's scheduled. Now I'll see this in my view. It's starting up now. We'll let that go. Remember, it takes about 7 to 10 minutes for a VMware pod to boot up. If you're in another class, it could take less time. So we'll wait around for this to finish, or for this to come up. Okay, now it's after our reservation time, so I'm going to click on Enter Lab. Alright, and so we see a topology of our lab. So what we have here, this is the topology tab. We have a content, the status of the pods, and then these will be the machines that are in our lab. Now this is the VMware setup. This can be different if you're in like a Palo Alto class. These tabs right here will be different. This is based on the machines that are in that pod. So as we can see, we click on content. This is where we can get the PDF of our lab manual. And if you wanted to, you can click on the little drop down right here and hit open in a new window. There it is in its own window. Go back to our Netlab tab. Status shows us that everything's powered on. Our vClient in this example, we're going to log into it. And I want to show this example. If we run our Chrome here to work with our vCenter in this lab example, we're going to get this. Then we're going to log in. Now, if this would have shown it's not available, just wait some more time. It's been 6 minutes now, so everything's booted up properly. Sometimes you may get a web server not running in this lab or any of these labs where, and all that is just the vCenter server right here is not fully booted up. Even though you could go to it and you see that it's up, there's still some web services on the back end that's not booted up all the way yet. And as we can see, we can get to the console of each one of our machines just by clicking on the tab. The vClient is mainly the one we'll have you working with. As you can see too, we can actually scale it to actual size, which may be too big. We'll scale it down. We can also undock it so it's in its own window. Now when we're done, you can either, right here, you'll notice time remaining, and it'll count down. If you finish before your reservation runs out, you can click right here in reservation. If you're near the end, you can request more time, and it'll extend the time. If we do it now, though, it says it needs to be extended within 15 minutes of the scheduled end time. So if we see that timer get below 15 minutes, And when you need more time, you can request more time. Also can end the reservation now. So I'm done with the lab, I'm gonna end it. Now I'm back to the home page where I can schedule another reservation. So now, let's say I did lab 1. Now I go in and do lab 2. Remember to do 1 lab per reservation, that way they can be properly graded. Now as we've done that lab, we can go up here to view completed labs, and we'll see that we did lab 1 again. And it also shows you how much time. Now notice I really didn't do anything, and the instructors will watch this. This time, they're looking at that to see if you really done it, because the instructor will know about how much time it takes to do that lab. Just be cognizant of that. As you saw, I just logged in, come back, and it shows that I did it, but it just shows me what I attended also, so the instructor will know about that. We go back to home. If you want to change your password, you can go to settings under your login right here. And we can hit change password. We can change email if you want to add an email. You can change your time zone and your time format right here. So that is how you will schedule a lab with Netlabs at Stanley Community College.